Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for your support. Okay, big good CoinsKid crew. So this is an early video because I'm going home today from Portugal. I've been trying to do updates for you every day because I had 2 weeks off during the kitchen update. I do apologise about that. Perfect timing, wasn't it, when the market collapsed? And you know, it is what it is. And I had to get the kitchen done. I'd locked it in, and I've got it done. It's out the window. Job done. It took me a couple of weeks, but it's done, and now I'm going to get back to the full swing of the videos once I get back home as well. I'll try and get regular updates out for the CoinsKid crew, but right now I just want to show you Bitcoin. Historically, whenever we've lost EMAs here, look, we've got this capitulation that we're looking at right now, and what we're doing, we're coming back to fill it. I mean, look at the weeks here that we've been in this depression. And like I said to you, bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered, and at the moment we are quite overextended from the EMA. So it's my personal opinion that what we're doing at the moment is, we're just sort of filling this wick. It's getting a bit nasty, a little bit horrible, but we are relatively close to the end of this C-leg correction, which I think we're in, of wave 4, before we have this impulsive wave 5 leading into next year. And like I said to you, I will keep reminding you, I'll keep drilling it into you of what my narrative is and what I think is happening here with Bitcoin, because I don't see it any other way at the moment. The way, in fact, I will think it will be different is if you do start to come down and this wave 4 loses its wave 1 high, because the rule of thumb with Elliott wave, as far as I'm aware, is the retracement of wave 4 cannot go any lower than wave 1 high, and it's the same with coming down as well. If you come down in one wave, you can't see the fourth wave retrace higher than the start of wave 1. Basically, it's a rule of thumb with Elliott wave. So that is a possibility. Obviously, retrace really deep here, come back to this wave 1 high, and we lose it. Basically, that's that Elliott wave out the window. But there is one chart here that's showing me that potentially we might have a little impulsive move here, retracement, and then one final dump here for Bitcoin over the next few months. This is something I'm looking at, and we're looking at this 5-wave structure down here for Bitcoin. And there's one chart that's showing me that that's quite possible, and I don't see anybody else talking about that chart. So we've potentially got a 1, this is a 2. We're looking at a 3 right now, a 4, and then a final 5th wave over the next few months, and that would lead us down to that sort of 55 monthly EMA. But I don't necessarily think we're going to get anything else here. I could be completely wrong, but the thing that I'm looking at here with this particular wave is this overextension. Like I said to you, get too far away from the EMAs, and when you do start to do that, you start to slow down and at least allow the EMAs to come back down and back test as resistance before continuation. If not, you do tend to retrace them, get rejected, and roll at that. Okay, but if you look at this particular chart here, once you've lost these EMAs and you capitulate and you create a death cross, you can see historically it's always signified some kind of bottom or being very relatively close to a bottom. Now we could say, okay, we'll take a look at this previous correction, well, this bear market capitulation basically down here, then you rallied, and then you have one last rug pull before creating this reversal pattern, breaking above the EMAs. And this is something we want to see. Historically, whenever Bitcoin has lost the EMAs, created a death cross, the next time it's got back above the 20 and the 55, that's been a massive statement from Bitcoin that you're in an impulsive move to the upside. So look for that. If you're sort of sitting in the wings, historically, right now you're under the EMAs. Whenever you get back above them after capitulation and after a death cross, that's always a massive, massive signal, equally on the 5-day time frame. But enough rambling. I just want to show you one chart that I've been looking at for a very long time that's potentially giving the game away that the bottom is really, really close of this C-leg, because I think that what you've got here in this wave 4 is an irregular ABC correction. Okay, that's an irregular ABC correction. It's called an expanded flat correction. And it's where the B leg makes a higher high than the start of the A leg, and the C leg drops lower than the A leg. Now for me, like I said to you, I didn't necessarily envision losing this, okay, because I thought this might be some kind of running flat and it was potentially over with this small little impulse here. But what you've done, you've lost this low and you've actually put an impulsive move to the downside, and you can see how you've pierced through this support last year. So this is extremely powerful, extremely impulsive, which shows that this wave here tends to be the most powerful wave is a 3rd wave. Okay, so it's my theory that this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3. Okay, and is it over? Possibly not. If it isn't over, it's going to come down a bit more, and then you're going to begin your retracement where you're going to have a final 5th push down, because usually in ABC you have I think from memory you have 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and then 5 waves down of the ABC. Irregular, and then once your 5 waves is over, like I said to you, it's nearing completion. At that point, you will start to come back up the stairs here for Bitcoin. So let me show you this chart quick so you can see what I'm talking about. That this chart potentially is giving the game away, and this is one of my favorite altcoins going forward for you as well. And like I said to you in, I think it's yesterday's video, or I might have tweeted it. I don't think I spoke about it yesterday. I do think that the Bitcoin dominance is soaring. Okay, and once that sort of tops and the Bitcoin sort of correction's over, it's at this point where Bitcoin will rally relatively hard, but you will see astronomical gains in altcoins, because this is where the altcoins are going to surge. You're going to have that altcoin season as well. Okay, so do keep an eye out for that. And one chart that we do look at to signify that is the Bitcoin dominance chart. We'll take a quick look at that right now for you. You can see that the Bitcoin dominance is surging right here. Okay, so this is a 2021 alt season. A lot of people was expecting some kind of continuation in alt season here, but you do not tend to get alt seasons in Bitcoin corrections. Okay, I do think you'll have an alt season, possibly leading from 2022 into 2023. But you can see here that Bitcoin's clawing this dominance back. Okay, and I would imagine if we take a look at the RSI here, you can see that I have spoken about this before. When Bitcoin's at the top here, this is a good time to jump into alts. When Bitcoin's really oversold here, it's a good time to jump back into Bitcoin. Okay, and you can see that Bitcoin's been on this beautiful increase here, clawing back some of the dominance since then. So there's no guarantees, but I think that once this starts to get overbought again and you really are high in the sky, that will be a good time to switch back into your alts. At that point, that's where you're going to see that beautiful alt season. And I do think there's certain coins here that are going to surge, and one of them is VeChain. Let me show you this. So you can see with VeChain, in a previous update, I said to you that I do think that is equally in this Elliott wave structure as well. And you've got this big impulsive wave 1 from 2020 into 2020 August. From the March crash there, you got that big push. Then you got the corrective wave 2. Then you got that huge wave 3, which you can see, like I said to you, wave 3 is always the most powerful. Okay, well, it's usually the most powerful. It's never the least powerful. It's never the shortest. Okay, it can be the largest or the second largest wave. So right here, I do think we've gone through this nasty ABC correction, wave 4 correction right here for VeChain, and you can see that we've wicked down to the 1618 of this ABC reversal wave here. Okay, and you can see that we've pretty much landed on that wave 1 high. Now this will be invalidated, like I said to you, if you start to lose this wave 1 high and you start to see VeChain come down like this, then this throws this Elliott wave structure out the window, and yes, you've lost this structure, and Bitcoin will start to come down lower than the wave 1 high as well, which is 14k possibly, and it throws this particular chart out the window, and this projection that we're looking at of this final push and this big fifth wave, which I do think is coming for VeChain, because it's a very good project. Like for VeChain here as well, you can see that you've potentially come down to 1, a 2, a potential 3, a 4, and a 5, or if you come down to 1, a 2, and this is a 3, right now you're retracing up into the EMAs. Like I said to you, get some kind of relief rally over the next few days, few weeks, and at that point you've got your final 5th push down that potentially comes down and retraces just to the high there, because you can see you've wicked to it. But what I'm looking at is the monthly time frame here. That you potentially don't close any lower than this, so this could be an actual target of this final 5th wave for VeChain, something like this. Okay, so you might be looking at this kind of entry point for VeChain. If I drop it on here, I'll show you what I'm looking at potentially as a wick grab, where you don't actually start and come down and close below this wave 1 high. Okay, because that will invalidate this particular structure, and all you're doing with wave 4 is retracing to this wave 1 high. Okay, so if you do start to come down here, this could be a fantastic entry point at 0178. And if it does bounce there off this final 5th wave, which I do expect might come for crypto, something like this, where you've come down like this, and you're coming down, and then you come back up and you retrace, and then you have one final rug pull, a small little liquidity grab, and the fear of God and people getting really scared and they're selling into the capitulation, which is around about the 55-month EMA for Bitcoin. At that point, you start to come back up the stairs from 2022 into 2023, and the wave 4 correction's over, and you're looking at beautiful projection here, for VeChain. And straight off the bat, let's say, for example, we do come down to this white line at 0178 as a rough guide for VeChain, then you will be looking at this beautiful impulsive move, wave 5, and you can see that it's pretty knob on to my $1.50 target for VeChain. So like I said to you, VeChain, you're looking at almost over 100x, aren't you, on VeChain? You wouldn't necessarily be looking at that on Bitcoin, and this is where you make the astronomical gains in the altcoins, basically. So yeah, it's just a theory. There's nothing set in stone. It doesn't even have to be that powerful. It could potentially just go to the 1272, but you can see it's still around about 50x if you get overextended, 1414, but the 1618 is always a minimal target. So a lot of people say this is hopium, but this is just technical analysis. I think that this is a 1, I think this is a 2, this is a 3, and right now this is a wave 4 coming back, and then you've got this final sort of 5th wave here taking us to these targets of V-chain moving forward. Okay, so that's basically Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that little update. I'll be back tomorrow with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.